breaking stereotypes to unleash her potential.
This is exactly the contradictory speech that was going in my head when I was writing this, because the book is about giving authority and agency to the girl, to the daughter, to the women of tomorrow. And I'm like, 1 second, who are you to tell them what to do? Because the book is about give them the privilege and the freedom to choose. And but I realized the constant tone that I'm using while writing is like, this is what I feel has worked for me. It might work for you. And like I earlier said, if I can save you the 10 years of trouble of learning the same lesson that I did, I'd rather you have it from me. So, and having a daughter, yes, you can't really tell them what to do because they do have a mind of their own, and it's actually amazing that they do. But you do want to guide them or show them what can be done.
So I want to ask all three of you the same question to start with. What is the one thing you wish somebody had told you when you were younger that you had to go through life to discover? That you kind of said, oh, I wish I kind of made my peace with that or understood that or learned that much earlier. I'll start with you.
A very good evening, everyone. I think the one thing that I really had a lot of trouble dealing with and making sense of and understanding throughout my life, till say about 7-8 years ago, was the fact that I was a very sensitive person, and I'm still a very sensitive person.
Responsible for bringing up.
To answer your first question, I've been on far too many panels where I'm the only woman, and I'm very happy when I see women on the panel. And this, I must say, I'm sorry, but it's kind of our day, so I really wanted to make sure that women...
I'm sorry, it's your event, but I tell you, I come from an industry where even on issues that are about women, you have 7 men talking. So I think it's okay. They're called manners. So I think we counted that today for once. They're called manners. They are called manners. So.
That's true. So I think today was really a day where we wanted to hear from the girls and women's perspective, because everyone here has had such different exposure from such varied fields, and you will be surprised that still the common denominator here is pretty much similar. And as for sons, I think probably a guy would be able to understand that better. Maybe we'll have someone write Letters to Sons of Tomorrow.
I think we've already given you your idea for your sequel.
So I think my question was similar, Letters to the Sons of Tomorrow, because I have 2 sons. And thank you so much for all these discussions, because I could really...
Right, I think the idea behind the book was exactly this, of being able to sit and have these discussions out in the open, because this pretty much has been put under the carpet for very long. And again, these are topics which are very hush-hushed in the Indian society. So I'm very glad we could create that mahal to have that discussion.
We have moved forward with our thoughts, but a lot of men across the world are still back probably 1990s or even before that. We are writing letters to the daughters of tomorrow. We are talking about how women are progressing, but how are we going to bridge this gap between the thought of the men of today or of tomorrow and between where we as women are heading? Because if that gap is not bridged, then anything we may ask for, anything we may do is futile. Have any thoughts on how we're going to bridge this gap?
So I think one of the things that I say is that we are the transition generation of women, which means that the working women now is hopefully majority in some time, because earlier even sons were used to having women home, and working women was a minority. Hopefully in the next 20-30 years that will change. One of the things that women have to do is educate their sons and sensitize them about what it means to be a working mother, for example. Because when that son grows up, it's going to be very normal for him to have a working wife or a working partner. So I think it literally starts at home when you see that equality happening at home. So there is a lot of hope on this generation to kind of cross that barrier. Like someone like you who has 2 sons has that discussion with the sons, and they see their mother working, stepping out, and not being, Bollywood makes fantasize that maa ka haath ka khana maa. And I was like, my kids are not going to be like maa ke haath ka khana because I'm not home to make it. So, but that will change with this generation. They'll probably look for something else. They'll probably be inspired by the ambition that you have, and maybe look for that in the partner. So a lot lies on the shoulders of this generation of women.
I think I just want to add something to that. I think the answer lies in just a very simple thing: communication and conversation. It could be the simplest thing in the world and it could be the toughest thing in the world, but honestly that's the key to dealing with any of this.
Well, so
I think if you look at the country, most of the families, many of the families are very traditional, very, very conventional, and
सक्सेसफुल होती है या टॉप पोजीशन में काम करती है, तो कहीं ना कहीं कई जो सोसाइटी के लोग होते हैं वो कहते हैं कि अरे ये तो इसके वजह से पहुंच चुकी है।
किसकी वजह से?
कोई मैन की वजह से। रिसेंटली सुब्रमण्यम स्वामी ने भी कहा था कि कंगना रनौत इज अ फेवरेट ऑफ मोदी, दैट इज व्हाई शी गेट द टिकट्स। हाउ यू सी दिस काइंड ऑफ स्टेटमेंट पीपल मेक्स?
I see it as utter bullshit. मुझे लगता है कि ये लोगों की छोटी सोच है। जितना वो समझते हैं, जितना वो सोच सकते हैं, जितनी उनकी क्षमता है उसके हिसाब से वो चीज़ों को देखते हैं। तो it's nothing that I am affected by, and I think every woman who is out there and trying to do something with her life should not be.